Good afternoon and happy Monday to all of your sunshiny faces. Guys, yeah, it's still at least a little bit earlier. I'm gonna actually take a shower right now and head to bed. It's still not really early, but guys, I went to bed super late last night. It was like ridiculous. So yeah, it's a little bit earlier, but I watched the Panthers game tonight, guys, which I literally was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna win, because they were like doing so well. And like, it was such a close game against New Orleans, who is like, I think in first place right now in like all of the NFL. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like, and they actually literally had the chance to beat them like multiple times, honestly. And they had the other, like, against New Orleans, they had a bunch of turnovers, like all kinds of stuff. And so Carolina just had more turnovers and was not playing very good football. And yeah, guys, I think Carolina is pretty much over and done with right now, because I think they need like a partial miracle to like make it even into like the wild card right now. So I don't think that they're going to, which really stinks, because like, I don't even know, like, I felt like with the Bears, it was like, okay, I know like they're rebuilding, like I know kind of what's going on and everything like that. Like the Panthers, I don't know what's going on. Like, they have like good offensive tools, I feel like, but their defense played really well though today, which was like really surprising. Like against New Orleans, I don't even know what it was. They gave up 14 points or something like that. I think it was 14 points, or no, it was like a weird number, because I think it was 12. They ended up getting 12 points. They had 2 field goals, and then they ended up getting a touchdown, but they went for a 2-point conversion. Carolina actually ran it back. So then Carolina was down. It was 9-12. So the difference was a field goal, at least, to tie the game. And I was like, well, if they can just get into field goal range, like, you know, and they never were able to. So yeah, guys, it stunk. But like I said, though, their defense actually played pretty well today. It was more like the New Orleans capitalized on like the turnovers like the Carolina's offense had, but the defense actually seemed like they played really well. But their defense is pretty old. Like, they have, you know, I think Davis is pretty old. They're one of their linebackers. Kuechly has had multiple concussions. He's not really like, I mean, he's been around for a while, but he's not like really old. Julius Peppers is really old. He was with the Bears, then he was with Green Bay, now he's with Carolina. I think they said he is the oldest player in the NFL right now, and like, he's still, you know, he's still pretty good. He still got it. I mean, but I mean, like, you need to kind of get some younger players and stuff like that. Like, I feel like every year it seems like they like look for all these offensive threats, and they have McCaffrey, who's like amazing. Their touchdown was scored off of a pass McCaffrey threw. Like, it was awesome. But at the same time, I don't know, like, they just, like I said, I feel like their defense needs some more help, and I feel like they need to focus on that in like the drafts and stuff like that. I think, honestly, I think McCaffrey is kind of one of the reasons that they're doing really well right now, because he's like a huge offensive threat for them. But I feel like I said, like, they seem like they're looking too much for like offensive players and stuff like that, whereas like their defense looks like it needs like I said, is pretty old. And then I think there's somebody else too who, like, I feel like a lot of Carolina's players have been retiring lately too. Like, I know offensive line, defensive line, and I know there's somebody else who I think retired too. But Greg Olson's hurt too. I mean, he's decently old, although he's on the offense. But you know, like, there's just a lot of, like, they seem like they always have like veterans. Like I said, McCaffrey's probably like their youngest, and Cam Newton, but like the rest of them are all like really old. So I don't know, I am like concerned about like what is like their approach and like what's going on, kind of. I don't know, guys. Like I said, it was like easy for me with the Bears. I was like, okay, they're all young. Like, our defense is like crazy young, but at the same time, it's like and the offense is pretty young too. But like with Carolina, it's like everybody's really old right now, and so like I said, it's not always a bad thing, but at least like with the Bears, like we knew like they were young and like inexperienced and stuff like that. But with Carolina, it's like, okay, now you have like the opposite, and so I feel bad that they're not going to make it into the playoffs this year. At least, like I said, it really doesn't look like that, because they're supposed to play, I think they play New Orleans one more time, and they play somebody else as well. So yeah, guys. But the Bears made it yesterday, which was pretty good. But I was just like hoping too, and like I was watching the Bears, the Carolina game tonight, and I was like, oh wow, like they could win, you know, and that they could make it into the playoffs, and it doesn't. Like I said, I don't know that they're gonna do it this year. During the game, I actually did my blog posts. I still have to actually completely finish them. I need to actually publish them and stuff like that, but yeah, they're gonna be up tomorrow, which is kind of late. But all my videos were done except for the Aldi haul, which Aldi doesn't really matter. I can kind of post that whenever. But the Aldi haul, I'm going to actually edit after I get out of the shower. I already finished today's vlog, but I finished all of those posts and everything like that, writing all of them during the game. I do, however, need to make my, what's it called? Finish the Aldi post. I didn't do that. And I also did a load of laundry, and I did dishes, and I made dinner for tonight, but I did not get up very early, guys, which is why I need to try and go to bed a little bit earlier. But guys, I actually thought I would show you guys, because I was talking about Christmas so much yesterday, and I showed you guys how I was decorating my room. I put all of my little ornaments, because my tree that's over here, guys, I don't really know if the branches are like strong enough to hold some of my Christmas ornaments, because they're kind of heavy. And for two, I don't know why it scares me more to put them on a tree. Like, I don't know what's going to happen to them. So I actually hung them on my bulletin board over there, which I actually have done in the past. Like, I had some of those Christmas ornaments that I never put them away for Christmas. Although, like, the ones that I had up weren't like necessarily Christmassy. They were like the little elephant one, and I think the little cupcake one that I had, and that Cubs one, and like they weren't like Christmassy like ornaments. They were kind of just like, you know, ornaments that weren't like necessarily like holiday specific, I guess. And so those ones I left up and would normally hang them on my bulletin board, and then I put them away with my Christmas stuff. But I just decided I was going to hang them on the bulletin board too, because that adds a little bit more of a holiday kind of thing. And I like my little tree over there, that it has those little spirally ones. I actually think it matches my room, kind of, the ones with the white tree over there. I think it matches those little spiral things. I'll show you guys maybe in tomorrow's vlog or a future vlog a little bit of the actual decorations in my room. You guys kind of only get to see the stuff that's behind me right now. But I never showed you guys the stuff I actually got for St. Nicholas Day, which I've told you guys too in the past. Like, it's not like a super popular holiday, and not a whole ton of people celebrate it. Like, at least I feel like here, because like we do it on Christmas, but that like St. Nicholas Day was like kind of how, like, at least from what I understand in the research I did, I don't even know if I told you guys it last year, but like from what I understand was that like the tradition of Christmas and like giving of gifts and things like that, or more like stockings and stuff like that, actually came from like St. Nicholas Day. And at least, like I said, from kind of what I was reading, I don't know, I think I looked it up like last year, and so I'm a little fuzzy on exactly remembering what it was, but that like even my dad was saying too that they used to, on St. Nicholas Day, now they celebrate Christmas and St. Nicholas Day, but the tradition of that was kind of like transformed a little bit over into like Christmas, and how you get like stuff in your stockings was because like I think on St. Nicholas Day you would get like candies and things like that in your shoe. At least that's also what I think my dad was telling me, that they used to get it or something like that, because they keep like their shoes under their bed or something. I can't remember who was telling me though, if it was my dad or my mom, and like they'd always get like candies or like some type of little like gift or something like that in their shoes that they keep under their bed. And when I was growing up, we'd always get like, we'd look under our bed on St. Nicholas Day, and we'd find like every year we get a calendar, we get some type of candy and like a little gift or something like that for St. Nicholas Day. And so like I said, I think that was kind of how like the tradition of it started, but I believe it's on the 4th. It's like, I think the night of the 3rd going into the 4th. So like on the 4th of December is when you see like the presents or whatever, but they're brought on the 3rd, the night of the 3rd, if that makes sense. I think that's the dates. Don't quote me on that, guys. I can never really remember. I just know it's like one of the first days of like December. And so yeah, I'll show you guys actually what I got. Okay, so one thing I got was this like t-shirt. It says I'm only a morning person on December 5th. And so I got this for St. Nicholas Day, and I was told it was a pajama set, although I cannot find the bottoms to it. Not that I can't, St. Nick could not find the bottoms to the what was supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be like a pajama set or something like that, was what my mom was saying. And so yeah, I didn't end up getting those yet, but my dad thinks that my mom's confused and that they weren't actually a set, that it was just a shirt. But my mom was trying to say that it's like pajamas for Christmas. A little headband that's a little gift. Because my mom's all about buying me headbands. Like I got those, I don't even know if I showed you guys the ones she got me for Halloween as well. And then my calendar also too, I got the Thomas Kincaid, the Disney ones, which are different than the ones that I had from this year. And guys, I was disappointed in the fact that I didn't hang up my calendar from last year until like September or something like that, because I didn't get my bulletin boards hung up, so I had nowhere to hang my calendar up until, like I said, it was like, you know, several months already into the year, so I missed most of the pictures on my calendar. So that's why this one is actually new, though it's not the same pictures as the one that I have from last year. But I stinking love this, guys. Like honestly, whenever I see it, it like makes me so happy. The Peter Pan one that I have up right now that's for December, it's kind of like a little darker, but like I had the Beauty and the Beast one for my birth month, which is November, and like I seriously loved it, guys. It was like so cute. Plus too, I also got like I think a Christmas chocolate Santa. I got the Russell Stover Santa Clauses as well. So yeah, guys, those are what we actually got, or I got for St. Nicholas Day. And Matthew and Jack got like similar stuff as well. They got calendars, and I think they got like a little, I think Jack got like a pop figure or something like that. But yeah, I know it's like I said, it's not necessarily like celebrated by everybody, and like I don't know that really any of my friends ever celebrated like St. Nicholas Day. I also think that I read somewhere it's like more of a like European tradition more, and that like I think like Polish tradition possibly too, maybe even Irish or German, maybe it was German or something like that. Like it's more of a popular over there, and so since like that's kind of most of what me and my parents are all mixed of, I think that that's why it's somewhat of a more like cultural tradition too. At least a little bit is like what I was reading, and I think it is because like I said, some of my friends and a lot of my friends that I knew, like especially when I was growing up, and I was like, oh my gosh, what do you guys get for St. Nicholas Day? They were like, we don't celebrate that, like what is that? And so yeah, let me know if you guys celebrate it, and or like how you guys do it, because like I said, it's kind of I think unique for like everybody. Like I said, some people like do like just candies or like gifts in their shoes, or like they'll do it, so like I said, we always got it like under our bed, and we'll always too, like ever since I was little, like always got a calendar every single year, I think, since I could remember. But anyways, I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.